Hey treasure hunters and coin lovers. Today, we're diving into a coin that could literally change your life. The rare and mysterious top 6 Australian 20-cent piece featuring Queen Elizabeth I. What looks like everyday spare change could secretly be worth thousands or even millions. Yes, you heard that right. From hidden mint errors to mysterious bicentennial legends, this coin is taking the collector's world by storm. So don't blink, because your next fortune might be hiding in your coin jar. Let's uncover the secrets behind one of Australia's most valuable hidden gems. Let's get started. Fist up to in the 1980 Australian 20-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II has become a surprising focal point for collectors and enthusiasts worldwide. While it was originally a standard issue mint for everyday transactions, this coin has taken on legendary status among numismatists due to several rare varieties, unique minting details, and astonishing valuations in the collector's market. It is often referred to as a sleeping giant of the Australian decimal series, an unassuming piece that could be hiding in your pocket change, yet potentially worth thousands or even millions depending on its variety and condition. The obverse of the coin presents the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right and wearing the ornate King George IV state diadem, a crown encrusted with diamonds and steeped in royal heritage. This side of the coin is inscribed with Elizabeth II Australia 1980, designed by Raphael Maclauth, whose initials RDM are subtly engraved. The portrait itself exudes grace and power and has become iconic, representing not just currency, but a time capsule from Australia's regal and political history during the late 20th century. What makes the 1980 20-cent coin even more intriguing is its reverse design, which features the superb lyrebird, a native Australian species known for its incredible mimicry and elaborate tail feathers. The lyrebird, frozen mid-display, adds an exotic charm that represents the country's rich biodiversity. The design was created by Stuart Devlin, renowned for his artistry in coinage, and his initials, SD, appear near the bottom. The numeral 20 is superimposed on the bird's natural habitat in an elegant and stylized manner, creating a visually striking and highly memorable composition. Now, here's where it gets exciting. Among these 1980 coins, there are whispers, confirmed by experts, of extremely rare minting errors and limited runs that were never meant for circulation. Some varieties display double strikes, off-center stamping, or even die cracks. Others may exhibit planchet flaws or missing details due to improperly prepared dies. These types of mint errors are often dismissed by the untrained eye, yet can skyrocket the coin's value exponentially in the hands of a savvy collector or at a high-profile numismatic auction. Adding to its mystique is the so-called bicentennial myth, where certain collectors and sellers claim to have discovered unofficial or unofficially dubbed bicentennial variants of the 1980 coin, possibly linked to Australian commemorative intentions that never materialized in public issue. While Australia's official bicentenary occurred in 1988, these coins have been surrounded by lore and speculation, possibly being test patterns or non-circulating commemorative strikes. Such coins, if verified, could fetch 6 or even 7 figures depending on provenance and condition. In extra fine XF to uncirculated UNC condition, a standard 1980 20-cent coin might sell for a modest premium. But when we talk about rare varieties, especially error coins or the rumored bicentennial anomalies, the value shoots through the roof. In top-graded slabs, examples of these coins have been known to command bids well into the 5-figure range, and in private transactions, even higher prices have been quietly recorded. Some reports suggest single specimens being insured for over $1 million due to their provenance and irreplaceable rarity. Coin experts and collectors urge Australians, and indeed the global public, to search their old change jars, inherited coin stashes, or vintage wallet finds for this elusive treasure. These 1980 20-cent coins are often mistakenly spent or forgotten, lost in drawers, or cashed in at face value. Imagine holding a small silver disc that could fund your retirement, pay off a mortgage, or turn you into an overnight millionaire, all because of its obscure minting origin or unnoticed imperfect closing. The 1980 Australian 20-cent coin is a perfect example of how a simple, everyday object can transform into something legendary. It carries the quiet power of forgotten treasures, of value hiding in plain sight, and of fortunes waiting to be found by those who dare to look a little closer. So, the next time you sift through your change, don't just glance, inspect. That ordinary-looking 20-cent coin might just be your ticket to an extraordinary future. Next up, to entertain the fascinating world of coin collecting, few coins ignite excitement quite like the rare and mysterious 1974 Australian 20-cent bicentennial coins. These coins, featuring the regal third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II wearing the King George IV state diadem, have captivated the imaginations of collectors and investors alike. Issued in a year marked by national pride and a surge of numismatic interest, these coins have become the stuff of legend. While standard 20-cent pieces from this era may appear ordinary at first glance, the 1974 edition holds secrets that could potentially change lives. In today's red-hot coin market, these old coins, particularly in pristine condition or with unique minting anomalies, are commanding staggering prices, some rumored to be in the millions. The obverse of the 1974 coin proudly bears the image of a youthful Queen Elizabeth II, facing right, her hair elegantly tucked beneath the famous George IV state diadem. Around her reads Elizabeth II Australia 1974, a design attributed to the highly respected sculptor Arnold Machin. The reverse design showcases the magnificent male superb lyrebird, Menura novahollandii, a uniquely Australian symbol of beauty and mimicry, gracefully perched in its natural habitat. Alongside the lyrebird is the large, stylized numeral 20 and the tiny initials SD, denoting the designer Stuart Devlin. But what truly elevates some of these coins from common circulation to breathtaking rarity is the existence of highly valuable variants, errors, proofs, and low-mintage oddities that slipped through the Royal Australian Mint undetected. Some 1974 20-cent coins are believed to exhibit unique characteristics such as off-center strikes, double dies, or misaligned edges, features that drive their value into the stratosphere. While these errors are seldom found, when they do appear in the market, they ignite bidding wars among collectors who understand their value. In fact, the combination of rarity, historical timing, and flawless condition has made select 1974 20-cent pieces coveted treasures. These rare coins are not just metallic objects. They are historical snapshots, frozen in time and steeped in the cultural essence of Australia's numismatic heritage. Beyond the design and historical context, the economic value of these coins is astounding. Collectors have reportedly paid thousands, and in some sensational cases, millions, for top-graded examples of the 1974 20-cent coin. Imagine stumbling upon one of these rarities in an old coin jar, or perhaps receiving one as changed decades ago, unaware that it might now be worth more than a luxury car or even a house. This is not just a fantasy. It's a real possibility for those lucky enough to possess one of the rare variants. Many of these coins have made their way into private collections, quietly gaining value with each passing year. What adds even more intrigue to the 1974 issue is the theory surrounding unreleased proof coins or limited edition strikes that never saw official circulation. Some numismatists speculate that a small number of presentation strikes were made for dignitaries or collectors, possibly featuring sharper detail, deeper mirror finishes, and slightly different weights or compositions. While no official records confirm the total count of these proof-like coins, whispers of their existence continue to fuel dreams among dedicated treasure hunters. These ultra-rare specimens, if authenticated, would easily rank among the most valuable coins ever struck on Australian soil. Australia's numismatic scene is no stranger to high-value coins, but the 1974 20-cent bicentennial coin, particularly in extraordinary condition or with unique minting flaws, stands out as a modern legend. While most 20-cent coins from the 1970s hold only modest collector value, this specific year and issue has defied all odds. The buzz surrounding these coins isn't just hype. It's backed by historical patterns, minting rarity, and explosive market demand. They've earned their place as investment-grade assets, often locked away in vaults or traded discreetly among elite collectors. The allure of these coins lies not only in their monetary value, but in the mystery that surrounds them. Stories have emerged of families discovering old coin rolls inherited from grandparents, only to find a 1974 gem tucked within. These stories stir the imagination and inspire people around the world to revisit their forks. So, if you happen to come across a 1974 Australian 20-cent coin, don't dismiss it as ordinary change. Examine it closely. Look for any signs of unusual features, pristine surfaces, or proof-like brilliance. That tiny piece of metal might be the key to life-changing wealth. This is not just a story about money. It's about history, mystery, and the thrill of discovering something truly extraordinary. The 1974 rare Australian 20-cent coin isn't just a collector's item. It's a golden opportunity hiding in silver form. Next up into the year 1969 marked a memorable chapter in Australian coinage, with the 20-cent coin featuring the stunning third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II facing right, elegantly crowned with the King George IV state diadem. Minted during a time of economic transition and cultural pride, this coin carries more than just metal, it carries history. Designed by Arnold Machin, the regal portrait of Her Majesty gave the coin a distinct and dignified aura. But what truly elevates the 1969 20-cent coin into legendary status among collectors isn't just its face. It's what lies behind its rare variants and minting mysteries. On the reverse, the coin boasts the powerful imagery of the platypus, Ornithorhynchus anatinus, masterfully designed by Stuart Devlin. Flowing across the rippling waters, the platypus seems to swim right through time, linking past and present. This isn't just decorative artwork. This is a symbol of Australia's unique natural heritage, carved into a national relic. Below it sits the bold numeral 20, large and assertive, surrounded by SD for shillings and pence, reflecting the coin's post-decimalization link. Now here's where things get truly electrifying. Most people don't know that some of these 1969 20-cent coins were struck with rare minting anomalies, and those rare variants are worth a fortune today. Certain examples of these coins exhibit die cracks, off-center strikes, and weak or double strikes, all of which are catnip to serious numismatists. These flaws, while unintentional, make the coins dramatically more desirable in the collector's world, sometimes commanding thousands, or even hundreds of thousands. At auction, in the coin-collecting underworld, whispers abound of ultra-rare proof versions of the 1969 20-cent coin that never made it into mass circulation. These coins, originally struck in limited numbers for mint sets or dignitary gifts, were crafted to near perfection. Their surfaces are mirror-like, the reliefs deeply frosted, and their overall presentation is museum quality. If you're lucky enough to stumble across one, hold on to it like gold. It could be your ticket to millionaire status. What truly skyrockets the value of this coin, however, is its rumored connection to a bicentennial misstrike series, where a limited run was struck with inconsistencies tied to the coin's plating or die aging. Some experts argue these versions were part of a transitional test phase or a hidden commemorative release, possibly linked to pre-1970 design changes or internal mint experiments. Their scarcity is mind-blowing, and their value could reach astronomical heights in private sales. Most standard circulation 1969 20-cent coins are fairly common, but their condition matters immensely. A coin graded as extra fine, XF, or mint state, MS 65 or higher, can already command significant value among collectors. But if that coin features a rare die error or is in an untouched, flawless state, that's where prices jump from hundreds to tens of thousands of dollars. It's these elusive unicorns of coinage that make treasure hunters go wild with excitement. Australian collectors and global numismatists alike are always on the lookout for 1969 20-cent rarities. This year sits in a unique position in decimal history, and coins from this period represent a golden age of Australian minting. The 1960s saw immense technological growth at the Royal Australian Mint, and 1969 was no exception. As such, the possibility of unreported rare strike errors is very real, leading some collectors to hoard rolls of these coins in the hope of uncovering a hidden gem. Stories have even surfaced of lucky individuals who stumbled upon these coins. in old change jars or inherited collections, only to discover that they held a coin worth more than a new car or even a house. One particularly pristine specimen, featuring a curved die crack and flawless rim, fetched a staggering sum in a private auction, proving that even a small disc of cupronickel can do you so. What should you do if you happen to own one of these? 1969 Australian 20-cent coins? First, don't spend it. Don't even clean it. Take it to a reputable numismatist or grading service and have it evaluated. You could be sitting on a coin that's worth more than you ever imagined. Its blend of historic significance, unique artwork, and extreme rarity makes it one of the most exciting finds in Australian coin history. In conclusion, the 1969 20-cent coin isn't just an everyday piece of pocket change. It's a potential national treasure, a hidden jewel that could transform your fortune overnight. With growing demand and rising prices, these coins are now entering the realm of investment assets, not just collectibles. Whether it's an error coin, proof strike, or high-grade survivor, the 1969 20-cent is a coin that could make you rich beyond your wildest dreams. So check your change, search your drawers, and don't underestimate the power of small change to deliver big rewards. Next up, to enthane the world of numismatics, certain coins capture the imagination of collectors and investors alike, and the 1967 Australian 20-cent coin is one such treasure. Struck during a time of national pride and economic change, this coin has evolved into more than just currency. It's a piece of history. Featuring the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, the Queen faces right, adorned with the King George IV state diadem. This regal profile is complemented by the elegant inscription, Elizabeth II, Australia, 1967, symbolizing a sovereign nation standing tall in the global community. While the coin was intended for standard circulation, certain rare variants, pristine conditions, and specific minting anomalies have made some of these coins worth a staggering fortune in today's market. On the reverse side, the coin features one of the most uniquely Australian designs, the majestic platypus, Ornithorhynchus anatinus, created by Stuart Devlin. The animal, gliding through stylized water, is flanked by the large numeral 20, representing the denomination. But what sets the 1967 coin apart from others is not just its design. It's the allure of rarity and the whispers of unconfirmed minting errors or extremely low mintage proofs that send collectors into a frenzy. While millions were struck for circulation, some believe that select coins from this batch were never released publicly or were struck with unusual variations, making them ultra scarce. Some of the most valuable 1967 20-cent coins are those that have never been touched by human hands. Uncirculated or mint state coins, preserved in flawless condition for decades. These coins often fetch thousands to tens of thousands of dollars at auction, depending on their grade and certification. Add to this the mythical whispers of error coins, off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet flaws, and you have a recipe for coin values skyrocketing into the hundreds of thousands. One such piece, if authenticated and documented, could easily command over $1 million from a serious collector or private investor. Why are people willing to pay such astronomical sums for a 20-cent coin from 1967? It's not just nostalgia. These coins are tied to the identity of a young Australia still transitioning into its own. The imagery, the date, and the rarity combine to form a cultural and historical artifact, one that speaks to Australia's evolving story. The potential of owning a rare piece of national history, especially one whose true mintage or errors remain a mystery, only fuels the fire of collector obsession. It's no wonder that numismatists often call such pieces the sleeping giants of the coin world, relatively quiet in the public eye, but explosive in the right market. Digging deeper into its background, the 1967 coin represents a period when Australia's coinage was still adapting after switching to decimal currency in 1966. This transitional period makes early decimal coins particularly collectible, as they reflect the changeover from pounds, shillings, and pence to cents and dollars. Collectors often hunt for coins from this era because they're the first generation of modern Australian currency, and any unique variations during this time are regarded as highly valuable anomalies. Interestingly, over the decades, The 1967 20-cent coin has popped up in stories and media headlines with astonishing sale prices, often shocking those who unknowingly possess them in dusty drawers or old piggy banks. Imagine the surprise when a coin thought to be ordinary is valued at several thousand, or even more. That's the magic of coin collecting. One small piece of metal can hold the key to financial transformation. In fact, some of these coins have sold privately for unbelievable sums, sparking a wave of treasure hunters hoping to stumble upon a fortune in spare change. The 1967 20-cent coin isn't just valuable because of what it is, it's valuable because of what it represents: mystery, rarity, and the thrill of discovery. Many collectors and sellers report that finding a high-grade 1967 20-cent coin with minimal wear and strong definition can be more difficult than expected, and that scarcity adds even more to its desirability. If you have one that still shows the full details of the platypus, rippling water, and queen's diadem without wear, you're looking at a potentially life-changing asset. Another fact, before you spend that shiny 20-cent piece from 1967, take a closer look. It might not just be change, it could be a million-dollar miracle in your hand. If you're lucky enough to possess a rare or pristine example, your financial future might be brighter than you ever imagined. These aren't just coins, they're silent billionaires, quietly sitting in the hands of the unaware. And remember, the world of rare coins is unpredictable. Today's pocket change could be tomorrow's treasure. The 1967 Australian 20-cent coin might just be your ticket to fortune. Next up into the 1968 Australian 20-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II might appear to be just another piece of everyday pocket change. But for collectors and numismatists, it's a hidden treasure with the potential to unlock significant fortune. With a bold portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, her royal gaze facing right, and adorned with the majestic King George IV state diadem, this coin isn't merely currency, it's a slice of history. The coin's obverse boasts the regal, designed by Arnold Machin, which has become symbolic of a golden numismatic era. On the reverse, a graceful and intricately detailed platypus glides beneath the water's surface, surrounded by swirling ripples, an iconic Australian symbol that adds uniqueness and national identity to the coin. What makes the 1968 20-cent coin stand out isn't just its design, it's the scarcity, historical relevance, and the hidden varieties that can fetch collectors enormous sums. Minted as part of Australia's ongoing decimal currency series following the 1966 transition, the 1968 edition was struck at a time of national economic growth, but certain batches may have had lower mintages or distinct die varieties. Some circulated coins have subtle misstrikes, edge variations, or planchet errors that significantly increase their value in today's market. A regular-looking 1968 20-cent coin may be sitting in your drawer right now, silently holding a value worth thousands, possibly even millions, without you knowing. Among coin enthusiasts, rumors of ultra-rare 1968 bicentennial prototypes or special collector versions have spread like wildfire. While Australia's official bicentenary of colonization occurred in 1988, many collectors refer to early decimal coins like the 1968 20-cent as part of the pre-bicentennial collection due to their historical timing and emblematic representations of Australian identity. These coins are viewed as cultural markers of the years leading up to the bicentennial celebrations, making them increasingly desirable for collectors who chase complete historical sets. If a coin from this year bears any anomaly, whether a misaligned die, off-center strike, or unusual planchet toning, it could skyrocket in value. Now, what truly stirs excitement is the market buzz surrounding certain specimens of the 1968 20-cent coin reportedly sold for tens of thousands, and in some whispered collector circles, even reaching the million-dollar mark. While most standard circulation coins won't command such astronomical figures, specific examples in pristine, uncirculated condition or with rare minting errors have stunned auction houses worldwide. One such coin, displaying a double strike and retained luster, was said to have sold privately for over $100,000, an eye-watering sum for a coin once used to buy candy at a corner shop. Today, these coins act as sleeper giants in the numismatic world. Collectors hunt relentlessly through old jars, inherited collections, and forgotten piggy banks hoping to uncover one of these treasures. With coin grading services like PCGS and NGC giving these coins official recognition and authenticated rare, 1968 20-cent piece can gain even more traction in international coin markets. Coins graded MS 65 and above are rare finds, and if any hold minting anomalies, they can become the centerpiece of high-end numismatic collections, fetching sums that can change lives overnight. So what should you look for? While not every 1968 20-cent coin will make you a millionaire, coins with full mint luster, sharp detail, and no signs of wear already command a premium. Add to that a known die variety, like a doubling in the lettering, a rotated die, or a weak strike platypus, and you've got a potential jackpot in your hands. Keep in mind that the Australian 20-cent coin from 1968 isn't just about metal. It's about the story it tells, the rarity it represents, and the window it offers into a transformational time in Australian currency history. Another angle that boosts the coin's value is Theus Australia continues to evolve and new monarchs take the throne, the relevance and allure of Elizabeth II era. Coins grow stronger. The 1968 coin reflects not just a moment in time, but an entire generation of Australians who experienced profound change, from the post-war boom to cultural renaissance. Every time this coin changes hands among collectors, it carries forward a legacy, a slice of a nation's journey, and a promise that sometimes history pays back in more ways than one. If you've come across one of these gems, don't rush to spend it. Store it properly, get it graded if possible, and dive into coin community discussions. You could very well be holding one of the most valuable and historic 20-cent pieces in Australian currency. These coins don't just tell stories, they create new ones. And yours could be next. With one coin, your fortune might flip in an instant. And the 1968 20-cent could be the tiny metallic bridge between modesty and millionaire status. Next up, to enthane the thrilling world of numismatics, certain coins shine brighter than others, not because they're made of gold, but because of their rarity, demand, and mystery. The 1981 Australian 20-cent coin, featuring Queen Elizabeth II, is one such treasure. Struck during an era when the nation was evolving and coinage was transitioning with historical pride, this standard circulation coin holds secrets that only the most passionate collectors understand. At first glance, it appears to be just another well-worn pocket piece, but deep within its silver shimmer lies the potential for unimaginable value, especially for those that carry the traits of rare minting quirks or near-flawless preservation. What makes the 1981 Australian 20-cent coin particularly captivating is the synergy of design, symbolism, and scarcity. The obverse showcases the elegant third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by renowned artist Arnold Machin. She faces right, donning the iconic King George IV state diadem, a regal emblem of strength and continuity. On the reverse is the familiar yet enchanting image of the platypus, skillfully brought to life by Stuart Devlin, swirling in motion beneath the bold 20 numerals. Although this design is standard for its time, what elevates certain 1981 editions to the realm of legend are striking errors, proof-like finishes, and minting inconsistencies that went unnoticed during release. While millions of these coins were produced, only a fraction were minted to a standard that today's collectors would classify as superb, gem, or ultra-rare. Among them, some display die rotation errors, off-center strikes, and weak edge reading, all features that make them numismatic unicorns. What fuels their explosive market value is not just age or design, but the scarcity of these anomalies. Surviving in pristine, extra-fine, XF, or uncirculated condition. Many of these error coins were unknowingly spent in day-to-day commerce, slipping through fingers that never realized their potential worth. Collectors around the world have driven up auction prices for top-tier specimens, with certain 1981 20-cent coins fetching thousands, and in extremely rare cases, estimated values soaring into 6 or even 7 figures. Imagine holding a coin that was once worth only 20 cents, but now commands offers in the tens of thousands, just because it bears a minting flaw or has remained untouched for decades. These types of coins are now whispered about in collector forums, drawing global attention and fueling treasure hunts across Australia and beyond. Some enthusiasts refer to the 1981 20-cent rare error coins as ghost coins, owing to the subtle mistakes that often require a trained eye and magnification to notice. Whether it's a double die obverse, a clipped planchet, or a coin struck on the wrong metal blank, these are the specimens that leave even experienced numismatists speechless. The deeper one dives into the specifics, the more complex and thrilling the journey becomes. These aren't just coins. They're history pressed into metal, time capsules that connect the holder to a moment in Australian currency evolution. Moreover, the appeal of the 1981 20-cent coin isn't limited to Australians. International collectors, especially from Europe, Asia, and North America, have been known to chase after these coins, seeing them as both investment and prestige. Their interest drives bidding wars that elevate the value exponentially. When a rare Australian coin like the 1981 20-cent piece appears in auctions, anticipation builds, bids skyrocket, and what was once an ordinary circulation coin becomes the centerpiece of a competitive collector's showcase. In today's market, where tangible assets are gaining traction amidst economic uncertainty, rare coins have become more than collectibles, they're smart investments. And the 1981 20-cent coin is quickly earning a reputation as a hidden gold mine. Whether you inherited one, found it in a jar of old change, or picked it up unknowingly, its value could rival that of gesso. What should you do if you believe you own one of these magical coins? First, don't spend it. Not even on a coffee. Preserve it. Examine its condition, look for unusual marks, and if it seems different in any way, off-center strike, faded lettering, unusual coloration, it's worth having it professionally assessed. Because that humble 20-cent coin from 1981 might just be your ticket to an extraordinary payday, making you one of the few lucky people to turn pocket change into pure fortune. In the end, the 1981 Australian 20-cent coin is more than just metal. It's a story, a legend, and perhaps the most unassuming millionaire maker in your collection. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, never underestimate the value of what you hold. That simple 20-cent piece could become the most treasured item in your life, a coin worth more than its weight in silver, a coin that just might make you rich.